back here again at probably the best, the most famous and my favourite venue, Cassien. I'm with my good friend Neil, I've got Sam with me and we're back with a vengeance. Last year we didn't have any joy at all, so we've come back our favourite time of year, which is September. It's right at the end of the season, the water levels are down a little bit but the water temperature's still up. So join us on this journey for the next 6 to 7 days where hopefully we'll find ourselves in and amongst some of these fantastic, elusive Cassien carp. The last couple of days, the boys have come down in the van and they've done a fantastic job in getting all the way down here. Part of the effort getting to Cassien is actually just getting here. It's a good 12 to 14 hour drive depending on the traffic. Last night I get all the gear together, so I got all the boats out, pumped them up, sorted out all the rods, sorted out all the tackle, and then got together all of the kit and equipment that we need for fishing this week. So they've done a fantastic job of that. And then this morning we got ourselves up a little bit later than what we should have done really, but mostly it's sort of afternoon and evening bites here on Cassien anyway. We've come down to the boat ramp, got all the gear set up on the boat, and we're setting off and we're heading first of all up to the top of the North Arm. Historically, this time of year, and we've seen it before, most of the fish reside in the top of the North during the sort of months of September, October and November. So fingers crossed that we find them. If they're not there, then we'll be heading back down, back to the main bowl, and then we'll find out later on where we end up fishing for the rest of the day. But it's certainly a game of hide and seek, this one. Find the fish, and then we'll start fishing for them.
What have you done, George?
I haven't done anything. Look, I can't get any closer to the bank. These fishermen and the guys rowing. What's your... Oh, a couple of waves coming up from the speedboat. Turn into them. Woo. Just over the bottom. So we've got these like arches popping up. There's one. We've got something else coming up on the bottom there. Yeah, look at that. That's fish. What fish? I don't know, but so the darker it is in red, the more dense it is. Therefore, the bigger the item or the bigger the target. So that could be a carp in there. Look at that coming up. That's carp. That's carp. No, that's 100% carp on there, mate. Really? Yeah, it's two. Look, I'll show you. Look at that. That's what I want to look at on there.
What want to look at?
Mate, look at this. Look, come back.
Oh,
Neil. That's not a plateau, that's fish. Yeah, that's fish. The bottom is here. And this is all fish above it. So on this little one, you can see all the dots like around. So it started off, if I go back, like, so if I rewind, so this is what I was like,
weed and structure in it. Is that not weed?
no, because look, I was going along, it was going along like in depth, and then it slowly creeps up, and then that's a fish there, 100%. They're fish,
Right.
and then we start hitting it. Look, that's fish there.
Looks promising.
It's too dense to be weed. Like it's thick. It's like dark red. And weed shows up as like a yellowy green on there. So what we've done already, we've just come along in the boats.
Well,
We're part.
moving, are we? That's the problem.
No, we're not moving at the moment, but we've come along in the boats. We've come through the bridge, and we're planning on going right up to the top of the North Arm to see what we can find. And on the fish finder, it's just started screaming targets. And when I say targets, I don't know if it's carp, small fish, big fish, whatever it may be, but there's a lot of fish clumped together. So Neil's now got out his deeper, just so we can have a little bit of a closer inspection on sort of what's going on in this area. It's showing 45 feet, about 20 degrees worth of water. So we're going to have a little trundle up and down here, see what we can see on the bottom, sit in the boats for a while and see if we can actually see any carp showing. Well, we've motored on all the way out to the top of the North Arm. It looks like there's someone night fishing. It shouldn't really be night fishing, but you do get it on there quite a lot. We'll be playing by the rules and doing day fishing only, but there is somebody in the main sort of area of the lake night fishing. So we're going to give them a wide berth, and we've come up towards where the barrage is, where the dam is. There's a big out of bounds section next to it. And before you get to that though, there's a really nice little bay, and that's exactly what we've come into here. Last year we saw some anglers up here doing quite well, and unfortunately we couldn't get a look in, but this week hopefully we can find the fish in this area. If not though, if not today, we'll try somewhere else tomorrow. Situation update is that we didn't see anything up in the North Arm or in the main basin, so now we've come down the South Arm as well. Today, day one is all about just getting a feel for the venue again, having a good look around and seeing what we can see, and so far I haven't really seen anything at all. There's a lot of anglers doing nights as well, which is quite frustrating, so I'm pretty sure they haven't reintroduced night fishing, but I'll have to have a look when we get back to the house. We're quite far down in the South Arm now, not as far as where we could want to get to because we're running low on battery, but the visitor centre, to give you a rough idea, is behind us at the moment. So we're going to have a look in this area, see what we can see, and then I have a feeling we're probably going to do a bit of fishing here. We are landing. Neil might have a puncture in his boat, so we're going to come ashore and then start going unloading Neil's boat, and we might do a hasty repair on it. It also gives us time to have a break and get out of boats for a little bit. Right, let's get this girl in. Unfortunately, we've got a bit of a hole in one of the boats, so we'll dry it off, get the repair kit out, give it a repair. Not the best of starts, day one. We haven't even found any fish yet, and we've got a hole in a boat. That's 2 holes in Neil's boat, now repaired. Not the prettiest repairs in the world, but for a run and gun, 2 holes now plugged. We'll leave the boat out on the bank for a little while. It's time to get a sandwich, something to eat. Hopefully there's a few carp in this area, and our efforts are rewarded. This afternoon, unfortunately, we have seen absolutely nothing. So we come back to the main basin, to the main bowl where we had the best opportunity to see something this evening, and unfortunately we just haven't. So we've fished a couple of rods each, went out, found a good spot a little way out, and there's a bar out there, so we've been fishing on a bar. Sounded like one just showed them, but I don't think it did. We've been watching the traffic go across the bridge all afternoon, and unfortunately no carp to report. But we're making a plan for tomorrow. The weather conditions are massively changing tomorrow, and it is going to be absolute torrential rain. So we're trying to factor that into our plans and thinking about where we want to go and where we want to make a start tomorrow. So we're thinking about launching from the boat ramp, coming straight across to a similar area. There's a big point up ahead of us, and over previous years I know that a few fish reside in this main sort of bowl just off the edge of the boat ramp. So we're packing up a little bit earlier, we've still got a little bit of light, head round, find a spot or two and pre-bait it this evening, ready for tomorrow. Right, back in the boat. Sun is completely set now, it's getting dark, we're heading back to the boat ramp. But like I said, we're going to go via a little point that we like the look of that we've seen earlier today, have a quick look on the sonar, see if we can see any good spots, and then we're going to chuck a bit of bait out as well. Neil is throwing bait at us as we speak. So yeah, we're going to get motoring and head up to this spot and hopefully we can see something on the fish finder. So we've just come along in the boat and I found loads of little what looks like fish on the sonar, and it's come up to a bit of a shelf. I thought we was going to fish from the bank behind us, but actually it turns out we're quite a way over the other side of the lake, so we're actually going to fish from a different bank. But I'm just going to spray out, just keep checking the sonar where we are, making sure we're not drifting off the waypoint too much. I've got a big bag of pro stim boilies here, and I'm probably just going to put about 3 kilos out. Just a good spread. I've not put anything in with them, literally just boilies, 18 mils, straight out the bag, and putting a massive spread out. Ready, all falling in the boat. Ready for tomorrow. A late night last night, we baited up a spot, but on the drive down this morning was expecting some really horrendous weather. It rained loads last night and there's water flooding in around us right now back into the lake. But on the drive down, it's cleared up and it's looking really, really bright ahead of us for today. And also, I think that's put off a lot of anglers fishing. So there's a lot of space in areas of the lake that we want to target, like Ellis Point, the main barrage, the main kind of bulk of the lake, just underneath the bridge, are all free swims. So even though we pre-baited last night, doesn't mean we're going to head straight to them. We're going to go and check out some other likely looking spots today and see if we can actually find the carp. Let's get going. Let's head off to, I think we're going to go have a look at Ellis Point and see what we can see there. We didn't see anything at all yesterday, so again, today will be a lot of moving around, roaming around, seeing if we can see something to go on. But for now, let's enjoy the ride, see if we can see a carp or two. Well, the weather is absolutely phenomenal. Now this time of year, normally down here in the south of France, it's baking hot sunshine and we're trying to escape the sun and getting some shade. Whereas today, it's really overcast. There's a big bit of wind coming across the lake and we're watching these mega storm clouds come through in the distance and big downpours of rain. Now we've got the rods out, all the rigs are nicely presented, and I'm just going to sit here and just knock out a couple more rigs in case we get a bite this afternoon, all ready in preparation for tomorrow. So I've now got a full tackle box, including our own Club Carp Commando tackle box, fully loaded with a lot of prototype tackle. So I'm just going to knock out a couple of slip D rigs using the new products that we'll be releasing later on in 2025. That's something really excited to get behind. So I'm just going to knock up a few little rigs, sit back, enjoy this weather, enjoy the show of what's going on in front of us with all these clouds, and fingers crossed we'll get our carp, first carp, later on this afternoon. So one of our first prototypes is bulletproof, a soft coated hook link, and it is absolutely mega. We're really happy with this. It's really easy to work with, got a really nice outer coating that strips back really easy and is really good for tying knots. So when I tie knots in it, in the actual coated section itself, it doesn't pull back the knot or doesn't pull back the coating, and it just makes tying knots really easy. Not to mention the fact that it's in this Commando green colour. It sits really flat on the bottom, so it needs hardly any straightening out at all, and it is mega reliable. So I'm using that even here in 25 pound on Cassian. Now more often than not I come stepping up and bulking up my end tackle, but I've got a lot of confidence in this already, hence why I'm using it on a session like this. So that's one of the things that I'll show you. So let me show you a little bit about the dagger range as well. So here's one of the hooks in a size 2. This is a curved shank hook, finished in a matte black Teflon, and it is razor sharp. Another thing that is really important to me is having a sharp barb. Now having a sharp barb means that when that hook goes in, that barb is going to take hold. So again, a really thick wire gauge, a nice big eye on there, making it really easy for tying this slip D rig. Now to finish off that slip D as well, we've also got kickers in yellow, green and pink, which are nice little rubber kickers. They stretch over any size of ice. So gone are the day of you having to pick a small, medium, large, whatever it may be, and having loads of different variations in your tackle box. You can now just pick one, which will save you a load of problems, and it will fit any size of hook. So you'll see that is now rig complete, ready to go out with a 24mm hook bait on. So I matched the hatch, Pro Stim, hard hook bait, and then you'll also see on the hook there, a cool little product that'll be coming out soon in the Commando range from Club Carp.
Cheers, driver.
How he knew, he just knew that something was going to happen.
That's 3 times today.
I'll try and edit it at Sam. I've got to throw it out this way. Where are the carps? Where are the carps? End of second day. First day? Third day? I don't even know what day it is. No, we're on second day. Second day fishing. Sam's just been out in the boat down towards Ellis Point. We set up in the end on this bank directly opposite, drop my drink, opposite the road bank, Road bank. We're set up directly opposite the road bridge. We've had a long day here, and the reason why we decided to actually rest here is because we saw a couple of fish topping this morning. So we saw 3 carp in total, which is a real promising sign. But since this morning, we haven't seen anything at all. Now, we should really have got up and moved, but actually it was really nice to just have a day chilling out, relaxing here, with fingers crossed for a bright. Like I said, Sam took the boat off earlier, off down towards Ellis Point, and had a good look around to see if he could see anything. And the weather has just been playing absolute havoc. So 1 minute it's threatening to rain and then not. It's now about 7:10 at the moment. So we've only got about a half an hour to 45 minutes left of fishing before then we've got to think about packing in again, reeling in, heading off to the boat ramp, and then hatching a plan again for tomorrow. So at the moment as it stands, we won't be coming back here unless something drastic happens this evening. But I'm just going to enjoy that sun going down, finish loading up the boats, and then getting ready to head off for probably a very short evening at home before we come back again early in the morning. It's early morning, we're back down at the boat ramp, and Neil and I have just got down here. Oh, getting in the boat. And there's a German chap that is on the boat ramp. I can't even get in the boat at the moment. A German chap on the boat ramp, setting up as well, ready to go out for the day, and he told us he's just caught, what was it, a 50 pounder? What did he catch, a 50? Yeah, 25 kilo carp yesterday. And it's so nice, he's given us the area and where he's caught it. He's obviously heading back there today, so we don't want to disturb him or upset him. So we're going to head off to our original plan, down the barrage, and see if we can see on the carp on the way through. Early morning start this morning, the sun is only just starting to come up behind us. And yeah, hopefully things are going to turn out to be a good day. About an hour ride up to the top of the North Arm. If we put it on level 5 on the engines, it just absolutely obliterates the battery. So we've got to trundle along on level 4, which on the GPS is about 3.5 kilometres an hour. So yeah, it takes about an hour to get there. Famous road bridge. Sun just coming up. Neil's out in front of us. The German dude down on the ramp was really, really kind. He even showed us his Instagram page, and he showed us a few fish that he's caught in Germany and here at Cassien, and he was even good enough to show us a few spots. So don't normally get that in places like this. Normally it's very standoffish. People really cagey about where they're going fishing. But like we just said to him, look, show us where you're going today and we'll make sure we completely avoid it. And he was honest about where he was and where he went. And we're going to avoid where he's fishing. So you can see here that we're on about 100 foot of water, so we're coming right across the... That sounds like a bite alarm. That sounds like a bite alarm you just went off. Maybe I've left one on. But anyway, on the sonar, so we've got 100 foot of water, and you can see there the speed that we're doing, the water temperature, and then on the bottom here. So the darker red it is, the more dense it is. And you can see a little bit of green on the top, so it's softer texture, so it's either mud or weed or something like that. And then on the chirp at the bottom, on the clear view, it shows it really undulating up and down, and it's not dense at all. So I'm going to say that's some sort of weed or low-lying crud on the bottom there, and then it's sort of coming into a harder, firmer area now. So yeah, nice area out in the middle of the lake, but I don't really fancy fishing in 100 foot of water this morning. Haven't seen anything to suggest otherwise, so we're going to head straight into the barrage. We checked it out first morning, and it looked quite promising, but we didn't really want to fish it, so we put a little bit of bait in, and now we're just going to come back and see if that bait's been mopped up. see if we can find a few spots and then do the morning's fishing up in this big bay. Well, annoyingly, on the drone, again, right in the corner of the barrage, looks like they're fishing in the out of bounds as well, which is really frustrating. Some anglers that have done the night. It really annoys me when we spend all that effort every day getting back to the boat ramp, getting down here first light to get set up, and then you've got anglers not playing by the rules and night fishing. And we've come all the way up to here first thing this morning, and there's someone here, so we're gonna have to change the plan. There's some good spots over behind us as well. It doesn't look like anyone's fishing over there at the moment, but yeah, really frustrating. Well, at the moment we're not seeing any carp, and I don't know what to do now at the moment. So we've come all the way to the top of the North Arm. We haven't seen diddly squat. And out of experience fishing on here, if you're not seeing them, you're not going to be catching them. So the last thing I want to do is plot up somewhere for the whole day and not be on fish. So I think probably, it's 9 o'clock now, so I'm probably going to have a look around here and see what we can see. And if we can't see anything, then it'll be a case of heading back down the North Arm. But yeah, not the best of starts to the morning. Land a hoe!
What are you calling a hoe?
Who are you calling a hoe? You're my hoe. Bolts and holes, bolts and holes. My boat won't sink because my dick can float. Bolts and holes. Well, this looks pretty. Oh, I like that. That's a good mooring, isn't it? That's what I mean, the engine can stay down. There's land! I've seen it! Oh shit. Break the fucking engine. That'll be alright. Alright, let's have a cut of tea. Where are they now? I don't know.
See, like, I like this sort of substrate as well.
Clayey sand. Oh, look at that. Karani. Ooh. Well, we sat out here for literally the whole about 10 minutes, and we don't like it. So we're gonna head back down the North Arm to try and find the fish again. It's gonna be a lot of just moving around. The lake is that big, we just can't sit and wait for the fish to come to us. We've got to find them. So we're back in the boats, start battling against the wind and heading back down the lake. Nice little trundle and see if we can see anything. Let's go. Come on, Sam. Well, after being down at the barrage all morning and having a look and seeing nothing, we had a message from Robin saying that he's seen a load of fish and to come back up to this point. So he's kindly invited us back to fish next to where he is, and literally as soon as we've arrived, he's had 2 runs. Unfortunately, he's just lost one, and literally as we're pulling the boats up onto the bank, he's had another one. So he's whisking off down there. I'm gonna catch my boat before it drifts off too much in the bay, and then I think we're probably gonna set up this afternoon fishing with this kind chap and get a cup of tea on and share a beer with him. But I'm gonna grab his boat before it disappears off too much. Well, unfortunately, it looks like he's just lost it, so he's not going to be happy when he comes back in, because that's 2 fish he's just lost in quick succession. But that's the nature of fishing at a venue like this. It is so rocky, with so many big rocks, snags, things to get the fish hooked up on. There's so many challenges. You're not always going to land all the fish all the time. Oh, I feel really gutted for him. Hang on. Well, very kindly, Robin has taken us out in his boat. He's fished it. This is his first time fishing here as well, and he's probably the most friendliest angler I think I've ever met on the bank. Really good hospitality, and he's, well, you come to a place like this and teamwork is essential. It's such a big venue, the fish are so elusive and hard to find. When you come across people like this that are willing to spend the afternoon with you, it just makes me, well, I feel very humble in the fact that not everybody here is fishing nights or breaking the rules, and this guy is certainly not doing that. So he's kindly put us on some spots or some areas that he's seen fish crashing. So that's my first rod out on a likely spot with a handful of bait over the top. Fingers crossed now, it does the job. Goodness sake. Oh, I've dropped my tub of flipping Northern Specials everywhere. So we've now got Northern Special with a hint of gravel. Yummy. I've lost my lighter as well. Oh, there it is there. Well, there we go. Let me just show you that. So same rig we tied up yesterday. So I've got an 18mm Pro Stim, and then I've got a white Northern Special glugged in that new pink halo. Oh, that smells absolutely amazing. So that's going out on the next rod. I'm going to get that out. I'm going to go out in the boat with Neil. We're going to find a little spot just around the corner, because it looks absolutely brilliant down there. So at the moment we've got a good mix of 15s, 18s and 24mm bait. Both Neil and I have got a very, very similar mix. In mine I've got live system, no I haven't.
No, you haven't.
In mine I've got Odyssey XXX, Pro Stim, and then a good glugging of liquid over the top of them. Also a good handful of Tigers for good measure. Look at all this, look. This shit here.
Yeah, I'd go. We're going to go this way and drift down, yeah? So you'll drop yours first and then we'll drift onto mine.
Yeah. So we're going to be looking for slightly softer spot here. Look, this fish here, 28 foot. So as soon as this starts shelving up, we want to look to drop rigs. Yeah. Right, so we're in about 20 foot of water. I'm going to be really hard here to hold the boat still. Steady. So let's have a drop, feel what the bottom's like. Right, it's down. Got a couple of little rocks there. Right, that feels good for me. That's not rock, that's like clay. So I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to put that down. Yeah, keep going, keep finding, keep donking.
Reach out. I'll tell you what, if you keep yours set.
Yeah. Sorry?
That's fine.
Yeah. Right, so then a handful of bait over the top. Literally a handful. Yeah, that's good for me. Try and keep that boat nice and in line. Right, you ready?
Yeah.
go. So I head back to the bank now, and because we're so windy and where we're going, we're going to keep the boat nice and straight, and keep the lines as taut as possible. Push up the voice a little bit.
Yeah, go team.
Go team. Oh, yeah. Considering it was meant to be sunny today and good weather, far from it at the moment. 2 rods out on the spot. I have a feeling that's getting hooked up on something. I'll be feeling a lot better if I've seen a few carp, and I'm feeling a lot better if the wind dropped off a little bit to allow us to get the rods out with a bit of ease. Saw a few like shadows on there, saw a few targets as we sort of went past, but who knows whether it's big schools of bait fish, carp, catfish, could be anything. But it feels good for it. The wind, the weather, feels good for a bite today. We can only sit and wait. Well, at the moment, Robin is having a few liners on his rod, so it could be the wind, could be a bit of weed, or worst case scenario, it'd be a bream. It's 3 o'clock, we've just had some lunch, all the rods are set, the wind is still absolutely pumping down the lake. I've put on a warm jacket. I can't believe it. Last year, September, this time of year, we sat around in shorts and t-shirts, wanting to get in the lake every 10 minutes to cool down, whereas this year, it's polar opposite. Water levels are up. It's freezing cold, it's super windy, it's looking really carpy. I'm feeling pretty hopeful of a carp today though, still feeling it. So our friend that we've made today has packed up early and headed off. He's staying at a local campsite, and I think he's had enough today. He had a fish yesterday, and he's really helped us out today. So we're going to stick it out for another hour or so until that sun finally drops. But we're just going to get packed up, ready for darkness, find the head torches, get the boats loaded. So as soon as it does get dark, we can just pull the rods in and then head back to the boat ramp. But in all today, it's been a lovely day, met a new friend, or made a new friend rather, but unfortunately again, no carp. It would be amazing to catch another carp from this venue, myself and Neil. It might not happen this week, and that's a very, very real possibility, but you come to a big venue like this, that's one of the things that you're faced with. The size, challenge, just everything that goes hand in hand with fishing Cassian, it's just all stacked up against you. But hey, we've still got a bit of time left. Tomorrow, we've got a day off, heading down to the beach, and we're hiring a boat for the day. So we've got a day off tomorrow before coming back again on Thursday to try and catch one of these granite carp. That's all she wrote for today. Really felt confident coming into this area, and unfortunately just wasn't meant to be. Started off the day early, heading down to the top of the North Arm, heading up to the top of the North Arm in fact, to only find a couple of guys who've been fishing the night down there. So that was really frustrating. So that put a spanner in the works to that, but that's it. Last rod's coming in now. The sun's just finished setting. So that's looking good. So I don't know why that wasn't taken. Obviously there's no carp down there. But tomorrow we've got a bit of a day off. So we're gonna head out on the boat for a day, go down to the beach. Fingers crossed we'll have some good weather tomorrow. Yesterday we had a bit of a day off and we headed down to the beach. We rented out a boat for the day because we needed a bit of a day off, and boy, yeah, did we actually need it more than we thought we did. We're back again. So yesterday on the boat, went out round some islands, had a nice bit to eat, and then we stayed for dinner in one of the local seaside towns as well. So it was a mega day, a great fun. Out in the speedboat and a bit of swimming in the sea, jumping off some rocks as well, with some locals, which made a really nice day out. But we're back here early morning. I feel absolutely shattered. Neil does as well. I think his face sums it up at the moment. We haven't caught yet, so it's getting, when it's like this, just got to have a bit of determination. Early mornings, same routine, down at the boat ramp, nice and early. Getting the boats loaded up and prepped. And fingers crossed, today is the day one of us can get a Cassian carp. The plan is to head back to that area that we pre-baited a couple of nights ago. I think it was the second or first night, I can't remember now. We're going to head back there and see if we can get a spot in and around that area, because we haven't had much else to go on at the moment. We're obviously going to have a good look for carp everywhere on the way, but that's the initial plan today. Right, let's get the batteries. I'll tell you one thing that Sam's done good this week. He's bought a set of binoculars from Decathlon, Solognak. Have I pronounced it right? Solognak. Who knows? My dyslexia is not great. But I'll tell you what, how much you pay for these, Sam?
95 euros.
95 euros for a pair of binoculars. I'll tell you what, they are better than, I think, a £300 set of binos that you can buy from a proper bino shop. They are really good. So if you're in the market for a set of binos, get yourself one of them. Well done, Sam. Fuck you, Shanice.
Ow!
Right, we're going to ram him now. Ramming speed. We're just destroying our spot now. To be fair, this is where we want to be, here on the left. Yeah.
Just come up, got the edge of it showing on here. Yeah, come over, I think.
Yeah, that's what I've got. I've got a good bit of weed here, so you see here on this bottom one. On this bottom one, so we've got all these strands coming up. So that's weed on the bottom. It's 20 foot of water, so about it's about 20 foot of water, so around about 5 or 6 meters. Absolutely perfect depth for fishing in. And this is where the area, area that we pre-baited about 2 days ago. So we're going to pull into the bank over here, I think, and sit and wait and see what we can see for a little bit. See if we can see anything. Fingers crossed we do. Weather conditions absolutely perfect for carp fishing. Come on, please, carp gods, let today be the day. Neil or I catch ourselves a Cassian carp. Where should we moor up, Neil? Very quiet. There's Neil in his boat. Quite sure what he's doing. He's found a little feature on his deeper. But this area does look quite good because there's loads of little bays. The water level's up, so the rushes, reeds, loads of stuff floating around, loads of like good hiding spots for carp. So it feels good. It's raining a little bit. absolutely exhausted. Then what we're going to do is get all the gear off the boat, set up on this little mound behind us, and just keep watching the water and seeing if we can see anything. So Neil, you can see why it could be quite good round here, because when I'm trying to push the sticks in, some of it's like rock hard, and then other bits it's like clay. It just goes straight through. And all the bottom where I've just done that is kicking up loads. Look, just kicking up loads of black clay. Something just topped out there. This bait is a 24mm hard hook bait. Pro stem liver. Oh, smells absolutely divine, and it's matching all the free offerings that I'm putting out. And then to add a little bit of attraction, even more so, and visually, I've just put a small 14mm white Northern Special on there, but I've glugged it in that pink halo. So we're giving that a go, and then you'll see that I've just put a little pink kicker on there as well, one of our new little kickers. And there we have it. So something that's going to match all the free offerings that I'm putting out, but a big bait as well, because before I've had bream out of this lake. There's a lot of effort putting rigs out, and the last thing I want is a bream coming in and picking it up and then me having to redo my rods. So to eliminate smaller fish and nuisance fish, I've gone for a bigger hook bait and also a hard hook bait as well. We've seen a lot of crays in the margins, and I don't want them just pulling the bait off the rig. So a hard hook bait ensures that it sinks as well, and that'll be a really nice presentation. Don't know what else to say. It's fucking raining. It's raining, I'm tired. We haven't caught a carp yet. Morale is low. I don't think it's going to happen this trip, if I'm brutally honest. I don't think it is. Don't think it is. Oh, a shot. Right, let's get another rod out. Effort equals reward. Effort equals reward now. Fuck off, he says. Well, use technology to your aid, and found a carp. Only a single carp over in one of the back bays at the top of the North Arm. I found it by a real milky spot, close into a bank actually. It's probably only about a rod length or two off the bank. There's nothing, not enough to go off at the moment, but we know they're in there. We'll keep on looking. Oh yeah, he's just creaming up again on the bottom. Look now. He's feeding as well on the bottom. What a prick.
It's gone asleep.
Oh, hello, fishy. How far up is that? Fucking hell. That's the
The
point.
pylon comes across there. It's basically
Under the pylons.
near enough.
In that bay we went into. Around that sort of area, isn't it?
Yeah, around the left of it.
Oh,
But look how tight he is to the bank.
but there is only one.
Literally a rod length or two off the bank.
Which is where we've been going wrong. I do just
Yeah, but that's one carp. It's not like it's well, it's not enough to go. It's not enough for me to go, let's move.
But is it enough for you to move a rod over there close to the bank?
Yeah, but I am. I'm like literally, what, a couple of, well, same sort of 2 rod lengths off of it in about 10 foot. Yeah, good idea. In about 10 foot of water. She's got about 2 minutes worth of flight time left, and she's still just over 1 kilometre away. And the wind's picking up. This is going to be a very quick landing. Well, we found a couple there. I say we get the drone on charge again. But it's battling the wind. There we go, there's the fucking... We're not doing too bad. Ah, that's not my finest piloting, is it? Straight into the rock. Well, pre-baiting. So we've got, right, so we're pre-baiting. In there we've got 24mm big baits. We've also got Pro Stim, softened it up like a super soft. Tigers. We've also got a little bit of pellet in there as well. So I'm also just soaking the baits in smoked oil chorizo and the liquid chorizo compound as well. And I'm going to leave that soaking for the rest of the afternoon. Before we go tonight, I'm going to put that out on 4 really good spots that we've seen carp in and around today. So we've got a few more hours here on this little peninsula bit. Fingers crossed we get a carp this afternoon, but if not, all this is going out across 4 different spots. So that's a big scoop on each spot, ready for us to come back tomorrow. You on, Sam? Well, I do not believe it. Look at this. I've got no rods in the water. We're packing up to go. And my left hand rod, my last rod in, has just bust off. I actually thought I picked up my other line, but it turns out I haven't, and I'm into a carp at the moment. It's coming in relatively easy at the moment. Fucking hell. Oh, no. Yeah, I want a boat now. I packed it away. It's in the, it's with the other rods. No, it's with the other rods. Wow. Right, well, here we go. Sam, do you want to jump in the front of that boat with us, mate? Right. Cheers, mate. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yep. Cheers, mate. Oh, I cannot believe that. Neil, my other rod is in the lake, down to your right hand side. Yeah, literally I just chucked it. I have no idea where it is. Yeah. Well, what a commotion, literally just packing up. Yeah, please mate, it's probably about halfway in. And you're in. I see the bubble float already, which is good. So the line, that's worked well because the line is picked up off the bottom then, but I want to get above the fish because there's so many snags here. God, I can't believe it. Please, 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 please be a carp. Please let's get this in. We've worked so hard for this. So hard. Is that lighting all right for you, Sam? take as well. Oh, so because I was reeling in my right hand rod, it had a couple of bleeps. I thought, oh no, how have I crossed them over? And then the rod tip just went whack, hoop round. We'd even turned the GoPro off as well, which is annoying. So you wouldn't have seen the take. And it pretty much ripped the rod, even though the clutch is relatively loose, it ripped the rod straight off the bank stick. And thankfully, because I stood next to it, I was able to grab it straight away. But I cannot believe that. Just on last, well, we're on the last knock-in, it was reeling in. But come on, please, please, please. Let's get this in. Oh, he's holding deep. I wouldn't hazard a guess, mate. 20 feet, 30 feet, something like that down. I'm fishing in 25 foot of water, so it's not going to be deeper than that. Although it has taken us away from the bank quite a bit. This is off the pre-baited spot as well, that we pre-baited with all them boilies a couple of days ago. Gosh, she's absolutely rocking. Yeah, probably put in some weed a bit. I have a horrible feeling this might even be a catfish because it is tapping away. Yeah, it's tapping away loads and it's holding really, really deep. Oh, my heart is absolutely in my mouth. We've worked so hard for this week. So hard. Come on. Look at that, my hand is fucking... Well, I'm not entirely sure what this is, but it's beating me up to hell. And it is a fucking colossal catfish. Fuck! Thought it might be. But just goes to show the rigs are working. It's probably mopped up all the bait. Better get this in, sorted, and then get back to the bank. Crap. Morning. It is the last morning and this is our last day. This is our last chance, our last hope to get a Cassian carp. We're down a boat ramp early. It's just coming up to 6:45. We put a bit of bait in last night. Unfortunately, we had that catfish right on last knock-ins, which was really disappointing. But it just goes to show the rigs, everything we're doing is working, it's right. The hooks are good, the tackle's good. It's just that the carp are not there. We're going back to an area of the lake that we've baited over the last couple of nights. So fingers crossed today, the last day, we can catch a carp or two. It's quite a nice... It's very shallow. Oh, there's a plateau. Bosh, and now we're dropping straight back down again. Ah, that is a good bit. So we're a long way off the bank there, and that is a big hump. Decent. We like the look of that. Oh, it's too early for this shit. Plan of action is to put a couple of rigs on them baited spots. Saw a nice little hump on the way in, and then we baited up last night down some sort of where there's some reeds and some rushes. It's about 15 foot of water, so it's really nice sort of between that sort of weed that's coming up really tall. I think there's a few carp possibly pushing around in there. We haven't really done much in the bays, so let's give it a go, see what happens. to make up 4 completely fresh rigs, all the same, and get some new fresh hook baits on as well, get them out to the spots. All of that new CC tackle with Commando Tackle. Neil's just getting some baits sorted out. You almost ready to go out, Neil? Seen a few fish swirling on the top this morning, but nothing at the moment, nothing yet. That was to suggest that there's carp moved in on our spots, but it's still very early. It's either going to happen or it's not. And I have a feeling it's probably not. Right, let's get a marker block set up today, so we can just have a good old feel around of the lake bed, because I don't want to be fishing on any of this, like any of this stuff. I want to be fishing in a softer bits between the rock. So I'm going to take that with. Need a bucket full of bait, my life jacket on, my buoyancy aid. It took me ages to get a good spot. Like, it's just so rocky. Like, it looks great on the feature finder, but as soon as you start dropping the lead down, the donking, like the rotor block, to have a feel of what's on the bottom, it's just like this. I just can't find anything decent. I mean, I've got to be there, but like, I spent ages in the boat trying to find the flipping things. I can't find nothing. In Sam's one. Well, do not believe that. Literally just got back in from the boats, and we're into a fish. Oh, please, please, please stay on and do not be a catfish. I'm literally going to put every ounce of concentration into getting this fish. But I'm going to say very, very little to you right now. Last day, come on, is this going to be it? Is this going to be, I don't even care if this is like £6. Feels a bit more carpy than the one yesterday, that's for sure. Either that or it's done me because it's not moving much. I'm a bit worried actually. Oh no, there it is, it's pulling back. Or is it? Oh, I'm a bit worried this has come off. I'm a bit slow getting out of the boat. I knew there's big rocks around here. Oh no, it is on the move. It is on the move. There's big rocks around here, and the last thing I like to do is get caught up in the rocks. So we're going straight out in the boat to get above it. Please, please, please. Be a carp. Well, I've got that horrible feeling. I've got a horrible feeling this is going to be another big catfish. Wow. Just towing us right down the lake. My clutch is relatively tight as well. Well, we're coming into shallower water here, but again, there's bigger rocks. If I lost this right now, touch wood I don't, but I'm going to say it's probably a catfish, the way it's pulled. I can see something flecking. Oh no, it's carp, it's a big carp. Please, 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 please. It's a good sized carp. Come on. Oh, that makes it even worse now I've seen it. That is a lovely carp. Come on, come on. Yes! 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 We have got ourselves a Cassian common carp. Get in! Come on, we really needed that. Right, let's get the boat back, get the rod back out. Come on, Neil, it's your turn. You can get one now, mate. Get in! Yes, Sam. Yes, lad. I've got to be very mindful here because Neil actually hasn't caught one yet, and he's going to be really feeling it now. I really hope he gets one.
What'd you catch it on?
Well, that was on the old slip D that you saw me put out earlier. The Commando Tackle doing its job. Strong, reliable, no problems. Them little tungsten droppers I can see has absolutely turned that hook an absolute dream and buried that hook into the fish's bottom lip. So that's worked an absolute treat. So hard hook bait, 18mm, topped with that little bit of pink. Well, it's actually a white Northern Special glugged in the new pink halo, and that's done the job. It's my first one on the new pink halo. It may be small, but it's still a fish. Neil, they exist. They do exist. Let's get him. I'm going to put him in the retainer for a second and then get that rod straight back out. Well, don't believe it. Last day, and we've managed our first carp of this session. It's taken a long time to get there, but it just goes to show a little bit of pre-baiting, a little bit of work, finding them shallower areas and the softer areas has paid off. So I'm heading straight back out in the boat. I had to put a new hook on because the hook point was completely burred over, but having a little multi-rig like that made it really easy just to swap the hook over. So we've got a fresh hook bait, and we're back off to the spot to drop the rig. It was only in about 10 foot of water. In fact, it's probably about 15 foot of water. It wasn't a lot. Just coming up on it soon, so I'm just keeping an eye on the fish finder. So the shallower spot's doing the business. 14.5. 14.8. 14.4, 14, 13. Shit, and I dropped the fucking rotor block. 13.7, 13.3, 13.1. Please fucking pop up, you prick. Ah, oh, you absolute womble. Oh, there it is, thank goodness for that. 12.2, right. 12 foot, 11 foot. Right, now it's a case of just donk it around, find the shallower bit. So that's falling between rock there, I don't want that. Right, hopefully that's good. Let's pull you up and in. Right, let's head back to the beach. Fuck me, it's windy. So on your scales, Neil, that's 25.8. It's about, sorry? 22 basically, yeah. So low 20. You'll weigh it properly. God, she's been pooing out loads of shells, like loads of shell. Neil. Whoa. Look at that. So it's been eating all the mussels and little snails and things like that. So that's interesting. Let's see what else she's doing. That's really interesting. That's been what it's been eating. It's been absolutely crapping them out. What a tail. Lovely tail. Well, not the biggest fish by any stretch of the imagination in this lake, but a very, very welcome common at the end of a very, very long week's fishing. I can only hope that there's still chance for Neil or I to have another one before the end of the session. We've worked really hard for this between us. It's been absolutely graft going up and down the lake, looking for spots, trying to find the fish, and eventually we've managed one of them. Only a low 20. But all the same, very, very happy. Right, let's get her back. Time to get some lunch. And I'm actually going to redo one of my margin rods into a little bit of a better area. What a stunning common. Well done, mate. Well, that wind, you can probably hear, is absolutely insane. Unfortunately, we can't stick it out till dark tonight because we've got to get back to the villa, got to get everything packed up and then start heading back to Calais. Neil's already got all 4 of his rods in. I've got my last 2 to bring in. You see, one of these sessions, or one of those sessions where everything was stacked up against us really. You can't always come to these places and catch loads of carp, and Cassien is certainly not one of those. Fair play to people that do come and have an absolute red letter session, but for me, historically, this venue has always been a massive challenge. Just under 1,500 acres, loads and loads of problems just like this big bit of weed and rock out in front of us. People moving around the lake, day fishing only, people not playing by the rules and doing nights. It's always stacked up against you, but I've had a fantastic time and I can't wait to come back again next year. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sorry we didn't have a massive haul of fish, but hopefully you've learned something as well and you've enjoyed this vlog and joining on me on my journey here at Cassien and at least catching one fantastic 20-pound common. Try not to get my boat wet because it's all ready to pack up.
Did you enjoy that, guys?
Race ya.
Oh, fuck.
Ramming speed. Dick. I think we can sum that session up in one word, Neil. Shit.